Will you all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. As you can see, Mr. D'Andriano is a little bit under the weather. He will not be joining us tonight. So, Antoinette, can I get a roll call?
Mr. Cook?
Here.
Mr. Rogan?
Here.
Ms. Smith? Here. Mr. Williams?
Here. Someone like to audit the bills?
I will make a motion that the town board approve abstract number 5 dated March 16th, 2018 in the amount of $235,459.92. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Cook, you're up.
First item we have tonight is the refund of a $75 fee to a homeowner on Haviland Drive who initially had a 3-unit rental property, but it was determined that it should only be a 2-unit by our Director of Code Enforcement. So the homeowner has paid the full amount. So tonight I'll make a motion that the town board approve a refund of $75 for the 1 unit that's no longer a rental unit for the residents at 123 Haviland Drive. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Right. Next, we have a budget for the Putnam Lake Softball League. All this is a budget. We do not have approved agreements. We understand that they'll be coming forward with 5 teams. We have given the teams, let's call it a code of conduct listing for them to abide by, sign off on, and this we have not received that back yet. So this is all we're approving tonight is a budget if the 5 teams materialize, and the expenses for the league would be balls, scorebooks, shirts, and field equipment such as rakes and brooms, and some clay. And the revenue side is what the teams would pay, and umpire fees, right? So I'll make a motion that the town board approve the Putnam Lake Softball League budget for 5 teams as presented to us as of tonight. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd just like to add that I think, speaking for the town board, we would like to thank everybody that's been involved in trying to reestablish the baseball league out on Memorial Field in Putnam Lake after last year's difficulties that we encountered. It's been somewhat of a trying time trying to get a league back out there, and especially I'd like to thank Michael Snyder for stepping up and taking over the responsibility of the league.
Okay, next we have local law number 2 for 2018. This is basically a redo of the local law that we approved back in on January 24th. It updating a couple of sections to it, and this involves tax exemptions to qualified senior citizens. So, and basically, I'll read just a couple of the sections that are being updated, and that is that this local law ratifies and approves all decisions and determinations of the assessor's office taken to affect the tax exemption for the senior citizens, and that the town board ratifies and approves all decisions and determinations by the assessor's office taken to implement and effectuate the tax exemption for qualified senior citizens. So I will make a motion that the town board approve this updated local law
If you still want one.
effective tonight, and as read, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No. No, I know.
Okay. Anything else, Charles?
So, and this is an old quote.
Yeah, okay, so first item we have is town hall computers. I had asked the supervisor recently to have access to a computer for the other town board members who are part-timers, such as myself, to do town business, such as spreadsheets and documents that we may not have access to be able to do on our personal phones or things like that, and it'd be nice to be able to come in and do that. And so Rich had gotten some quotes for some computers. My intent was not for us to spend any money on this, but I was hoping maybe when someone got upgraded, we could repurpose for the basic needs that we would need. So I think if that's possible, that's what I was looking for, not to spend any money specifically for us.
It's not possible to do without spending any money.
Well, of course
Now-
not, you have to buy somebody
now,
else a
yes,
computer, right?
So, exactly,
Right.
so we would have to probably buy somebody else a computer and see how we would, put that into service in the building.
Because that should be part of the normal rotation of
Correct.
replacing computers every 3 to 5 years for people anyway, right?
Right,
Yeah.
so that's what we would do.
Yeah.
I wanted to put this on the agenda so we could have a discussion about whether you wanted a desktop down there, which would mean we've got to run the hard line to get in there, or you wanted a laptop, Wi-Fi capable, so that we could.
I have no preference. I just want something that when we come in, if it's on the desk there, we can use it to, I know I have some work that is past due with employee evaluations that I want to spend some time with and don't have that capability.
I would think a laptop is fine, and I'm okay with it just based on that some full-time employee, you would get their computer somehow.
Okay, well, see, that's the thing. I can
So when
upgrade
is the next
somebody
person, when is the next person due to be upgraded? Do we have any?
when I get around to it.
Okay.
Honestly, I mean,
That's
I've
fine.
got an annual list, but, anytime during the year, I can upgrade them.
Okay.
I know the next person who's slated to be upgraded, the computer is sitting in my office, is one of the computers in Mary Delanoy's office. That's going in the trash.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. That was.
It's
okay.
done, it's well past its useful life, it's running on a operating system that isn't functional anymore.
So why don't we just keep it as kind of a tickler on the back burner that next time if somebody is just routinely being upgraded, it's not an emergency, it's not
Well,
something that.
I can move forward with
you
it,
know.
we just need to authorize the expenditure, which is why I gave you the
Okay.
last quote.
That's fine. Which is from Dell, this is the most recent quote, and it looks like actually it was for
It was for two.
two.
So
we-
what I would do is I would buy the two
Okay.
and use one in the backup
Well,
if you
then
want
let's
to
do
move
that.
forward with that.
Okay, so then in the interest of maintaining our
Just-
computer fleet.
Computer
which
fleet.
Sounds like a fleet of vehicles.
Computer replacement policy.
Computer fleet replacement policy.
We could just bump it up a little bit, just to cover all bets.
Okay, you wanna do it at 1,800?
17.
17. Okay, so I'll make a motion, we approve an amount not to exceed $1,700 for the purchase of 2 new computers for town hall staff in a near future date. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next item is from our building department. There was a request put into the town for a waiver of fees for Miss Regina Bendix, who is a recent widow and is having some financial hardship and is in need of a building permit for an illegally finished basement. I spoke with the building inspector moments ago to ask what work would be necessary, because with any waiver, I think one of our concerns is how much effort is going to be needed from the town. In other words, are we expending money? If it's pure paperwork, certainly that's a lot easier. But in this case, there is some construction work that needs to occur to legalize a finished basement that we believe the owner, that was installed when the owner bought the house many years ago. So it wasn't picked up like we do now with where each house on a change of ownership prior to a sale gets an inspection from our building office. Obviously that didn't happen years ago. So
I'm not crazy about the idea of a waiver simply because there is work that's necessary from the building department. However, having said that, I certainly don't lack compassion and understand that somebody who is a recent widow and is having financial hardship and now has found out that they also have to do a $200 or $2.25 building permit and a C of O, and I know there's a violation fee on that. It adds up to about $300 in fees that we would be considering waiving. So based on the recommendation of Mr. McCarthy, I'm certainly willing to move a motion to waive those fees for Ms. Bendix. So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. First on my agenda is a contract and an agreement with MSTAR to provide ALS service. Town of Patterson, as you all know, provides BLS service to our residents. We have been very successful in this past year, and I'm anxiously looking forward to presenting a report to the town board on our ambulance service. But we do not provide ALS service, which is advanced life support. That is provided under a county contract with MSTAR. But it is advantageous to the clients that are being served by both MSTAR and the town of Patterson if we can jointly bill rather than a patient getting two separate bills. So I've been trying to work out a contract and a contract price with MSTAR for performing that service. We certainly have gotten a much better rate than we did last year, but I think MSTAR still needs to sharpen their pencil a little bit. So what I did, because this has been going on since the first of the year, is I worked out an agreement with MSTAR to do a 6-month contract for a flat rate. And that's what you have before you. Does anybody have any questions about the contract?
I'll do that.
All right, having done, then I'd like to introduce a resolution approving the contract with MSTAR to provide ALS services, and ask that it be entered into the minutes as though read. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. And I will defer my executive session legal, which has to do with land acquisition at 22 Libel Place. I know we have some residents that are very excited about that, others not. And also a personnel issue. Mary, you're up.
Okay, the first item on my agenda are recreation requests. Mr. Matt Chabarro is requesting the approval to offer a drone workshop this spring. This is a 2.5-hour workshop that'll include an oral presentation and a video presentation, and also outdoor drone flying activity. This is for age 10 and older, including adults, and the registration fee for the workshop will be $30 per person. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the offering of a drone workshop this spring. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I have a feeling that'll be popular. Seems like
Yeah.
everyone seems to be into that.
The class is limited, so if you're interested, register early.
Okay. The second request is a senior trip request for the Recreation Department. They'd like to go to High Point Golf Club in Montague, New Jersey on June 12th, 2018. The total senior contribution will be $1,680, and the net cost to our budget will be $1,116. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the cost not to exceed more than $1,116 for the senior trip to the High Point Golf Club in Montague, New Jersey. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Matt's been busy this week.
It's creating a lot of
And-
paperwork for you.
And we only gave you one item really on the agenda, so.
I should have tabled the last one. Okay, this one was tabled at the last meeting, but Matt has provided more information regarding his counselor and training program for the summer camp. He'd like to start offering a counselor and training program this summer. CIT would not be responsible for campers. They will learn by participating as junior leaders what the counselor's responsibilities are and how they are managed. They will assist the counselors in meeting the responsibilities of setting up games, activities, and overseeing the participants in the activities. So the CIT program would cost $100 per week roughly, and they'll be actually receiving some on-the-job training that will help them for when they're old enough to become a counselor during his summer camp. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the counselor and training program for this summer. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Matthew Chabaro would also like to have the following half-day girls basketball camp prices approved. $90 per child, $85 with a current family membership, $80 per sibling, and $90 per child to attend the rest of the day in our multi-activity camp. Motion to approve the previously read half-day camp prices. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Recreation Department has taken price quotes for t-shirts. He's received only one quote. 80 t-shirts for the Adult Basketball League with logo and lettering on the front and the number on the back from Select Sportswear in the amount of $833. I would like to make a motion to approve the purchase of 80 t-shirts from Select Sportswear in the amount not to exceed $833. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Hold on. Okay, what else do I have?
Yes.
Oh, Planning Department,
Planning
new
Department.
hire. Okay, this is a resolution to hire a part-time employee for the Planning Department. They have a need for a clerk to assist on a part-time basis with scanning of documents and other administrative work. So I'd like to approve the resolution to hire Catherine Lochran as clerk for the Planning Department on a part-time basis at an hourly rate not to exceed more than $12, and enter this resolution into the record as read. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Just so everybody knows, this is part of that scanning project. The employment is of limited duration. It will go to approximately June. And Mrs. Logren is working 1 day a week on this project. We have somebody else working 3 days a week. All in favor?
Aye.
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 The first one, if I can find it. So the first one is the Winter Brothers contract renewal. This is a contract for providing a dumpster out at Memorial Field in Putnam Lake. We have a resolution on this, and I'd like to move the resolution and ask that it be entered into the minutes as read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Want to do conference requests?
Sure, we have a conference request for Sue Brown to attend the NYMER Annual Safety Conference. There is no fees associated with this, no registration fees, no carpooling or mileage fees, so we're just going to approve Sue to attend this very valuable training for the Annual Safety Conference of NYMER on May 10th and 11th. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Antoinette, I'm abstaining on that.
We have a conference request from Donna DePippo to attend the State Audit Roundtable in Greenburgh, New York. Cost is just for mileage, so I'll make a motion we approve Donna attending this conference for an amount not to exceed, well, it says for $43.74, which is mileage, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a conference request from the assessor to attend the State Audit Roundtable. Again, it's just mileage, so I'll make a motion we approve $44.82 for the assessor to attend the State Audit Roundtable.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And lastly, we have a request from Mary Delanoy to attend the New York State Association of Tax Receivers and Collectors. This is up at Lake Placid, so it has a registration fee, it has accommodation fees, and some mileage. So this is a little bit larger request. It's for an amount of $931.52, but it looks like it is a very valuable training for our tax receivers. So I'll make a motion to approve that request. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then I have budget transfer.
Budget transfers. Who's got the original?
Sue does.
Already.
Yeah. So, again, Kevin, I'm sure, isn't sitting home watching these meetings, and I know we never do him justice, but I do miss him terribly. Kevin No, you don't. You can't say that. I just miss him.
I'm just
I
kidding.
love you, but I miss him because he was so eloquent in doing these. So the first budget request, number 8, is a budget transfer to reallocate funds for the receiver of taxes contractual and training accounts requested. So it's moving $250 from contingent account to the receiver of taxes contractual and receiver of taxes training. So I'll move that we, well, let me do all of them. See, sorry, Kevin. And budget request number 9 is necessary to allocate funds for the Planning Department's record management grant from the New York State Education Department, originally from the 2017 budget. The adjustment transfers our balances to the 18 budget. So we are increasing state aid records management grant by $4,302 and increasing appropriated fund balance by $8,776. We are increasing planner personal services by $2,418, planner equipment capital outlay of $10,231, the MTA taxes contractual by $8, employee benefits for the state retirement to $225, Social Security $150, Medicare $35, and workers' comp $11. So I will move number 10. Hold on. One more for LoSAP. Budget request number 10 is for the allocation of additional funds for the Patterson Fire Department LoSAP account per the 2018 deposit. So we are moving $2,996 from the workers' comp VFBL to the LoSAP Service Awards Program. So I will move that we approve budgets 8, 9, and 10. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any town board member have any other business?
I have one thing. I would just like to mention for our folks here that with the poor response by our utility company, that the supervisor has contacted the governor and the secretary of the commission of the Department of Public Service, expressing the dissatisfaction on part of the town for the response by our good friends. And he did it eloquently in a 3-page memo. So hopefully somebody up there in Albany will take the time and read it and understand that we are not happy. So that's it.
I, along with my fellow supervisors, also have a meeting set up with the president of NYSEG to discuss the issues, so it should be an interesting day as well. Anyone else?
I just want to say something on a personal note. It's not really town board business, but I feel like it's appropriate. The last couple of months have been very difficult for my family. I lost my mom 2 weeks ago, and I want to just commend my fellow town board members, the employees of this town, and the members of the public who have supported me and my family over these last couple of months. It's just been amazing, and I appreciate it, and just want to say thank you. Never easy losing a parent, but the support from all the people I mentioned really helps out tremendously, so I want to thank everyone for that. So that's all.
Sean, it's,
Thank you.
you know, we all treat each other like family.
I know.
You know,
We fight like family sometimes too.
Sometimes we do.
But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you.
All right, anyone else? All right, I do have one last thing. I wish I could have gotten it on the agenda, but it wasn't ready, but we're a little bit late, and we do need to get this up to court administration. We have the annual audit report from our town controller, which provides her review of the various departments. There are 3 recommendations as well in the annual report, which I would like to hold off on until we have further discussions on those, implementing those recommendations. But I would like to approve this annual audit tonight if possible.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's too
Maybe
easy.
we could
Very
discuss
detailed
it
audit.
next meeting.
Well, we definitely have to discuss the recommendations.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, public recognition. Does any member of the audience wish to be heard? Sir, please give your name for the record. Ask whatever you'd like.
Joe Casina, 308 Haviland Drive, I just was wondering if you could elaborate more on this limited softball league.
We have been working with a new administrator for the softball league. We have established a code of conduct, which we're requiring every captain to sign and submit, which basically requires them to be somewhat self-policing. We have talked with the new administrator about his need to enforce the rules as well as the umpire, which was not done last year. And we are down from, what we have, 11 teams last year, down to 5 teams. So we're doing this on a very limited basis on Sunday. So the days should be shorter, the season should be a little bit shorter as well.
Well, according to the website, they're still looking for 10 or 12 teams, number one. Number two, they've been playing for 8 months. So are we going to go back to the original 6-week schedule we had 10 years ago? Or are we going to play from middle of April to the end of October?
I don't believe we're going to a 6-week schedule. I think it's a little bit more. But that hasn't been worked out as of yet, what the exact schedule is.
And what's the red line this year?
The red line?
Yeah,
You mean it's a zero tolerance policy?
absolutely zero.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I have no
that's-
qualms about that because I am not beholden to a softball league when it comes to our community.
And the other thing, I didn't realize the town pays for uniforms and equipment.
No.
No, they pay for it.
We pay for softballs, we pay for a few other items, but, you know, all the mitts, all the bats, that's all on them.
What we do
when-
is, we do pay for shirts for the first place team, the championship team, that's all.
It's
So
in
when
their-
they,
the
when they
fees
have
that
to kick
pay.
in $1,100 per team, where does that money go?
Goes back to the park district.
Pays for the umpires, pays for the wear and tear on the playing field, pays for a lot of things. Yeah, it's not, the town doesn't, it's a net break even on that. It doesn't make any money for the town. It maybe helps to maintain the field, which was, I think, the only positive I could come up out of it when I was not very happy about the whole
Yeah.
softball league, quite
So
honestly.
when are you planning on actually finalizing the schedule and how long they're gonna play and hours and stuff?
That is up to them. That's up to Mike Schneider to provide us with that information, work it out with the park district. The next park district meeting is April 5th. I don't know that it's on the agenda, but I would encourage you to attend because some of these discussions are being held at the park district meetings.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Going once? Can I get a motion to go into executive session?
Motion to go into executive session?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Why not? Whatever.
All right, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.